Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with My Hero Academia Season 6 episode number 18 reaction. Okay, the previous episode, it was the episode where we get to see the whole story of Endeavor and his family, what happened, all the details, the bits and pieces that were missing from the puzzle. We got a clarification of everything, and now we have the whole picture in front of us. Up until now we were just getting brief glimpses of his past and what happened when Toya was born, when Shoto was born, and all that stuff. But previous episode, all the missing blanks has been filled up, and we have the full story now. And we can say obviously that the person who was the most at fault was definitely Endeavor, no problem. But at the same time, Ray comes in, that is Endeavor's wife, and she says that it's not only you, I also have a small share of responsibility in this, because I also wasn't able to protect my children. And not only me, the whole family takes shared responsibility for everything that happened to Toya. And yeah, we are, as a family, are ready to stand beside you and help you out. Obviously you'll have to make amends, but we can do that together. And later on, Hawks also comes in, and Hawks also says that he's going to help. And it was like a really nice scene. We get like a closure of the whole situation between Endeavor and his family. But there's one thing that everyone's head is trying to think about: is what's the relation between All Might and Deku? Why was Shigaraki trying to find Deku, attack him? What's going on? What is the quirk of All Might had, and all that stuff, so we're going towards Deku's place. I mean, hospital, room. And yeah, that's where it ended. Let's see what happens. Episode number 18. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's get started. Right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh yeah, he's talking to the vestiges. Yeah. All right. Hmm. Here we go. Oh, wait, what the? Hey, yo, what's up with that person? Hello? Oh, they're not showing their faces still. I think that's what's going on. Damn, who's that? Some crazy. Where's All Might? I'm guessing All Might is not here because he's alive. Is that why? But no, this is a vestiges. This is not the person themselves. This is the vestiges of power left with. So All Might should be there, shouldn't he? It's not All Might, but it's the vestige of power, the remaining power that is within him. So he should be there. I don't know. I don't know how this works. But let's see. I think this is the first time we've seen these people this clearly. Like, we got to see them before, a few of them, but not all of them this clearly. I wonder what everyone's power is. Like, we know a few of them. For example, the Black Whip, that one. Float, that is Nana's, quirk. What else? There's another one that. Oh my, I forgot. Oh, what was that other one? Oh my god, I forgot. He used another one. I forgot what it is. Or am I mistaken? Okay, let's see. I'm sure they'll tell us. All right, let's see. Huh. 4 months ago. Oh, take on shape. Oh, okay. Interesting. So never did this before. They never did this before. Ah, all right. Yeah. Oh, can he not talk? Okay. Eh. Oh, damn. What the? Who are you? Izuku Midoriya and Tomura Shigaraki. Ikage Shinobi. What was that? I'm forgetting what his power is. Sense danger. There you go. Thank you. Okay, there you go. Hmm. Yeah. Oh. Oh, wow. How I died. Yeah, how did he die? He can sense danger? Okay. Ooh, interesting. What? At 40? Yagi cannot be used by. Wait, what? Oh my god, is this going to be that one of those things where they'll be like, oh, you're gonna die soon? Crack. Oh no. This guy, Yagi. Oh my god, wait. So then All Might also, yeah. Burden of. What? Oh! Oh! Talk of people's consciousness. Didn't have a quirk fact. Oh wait, Yagi. Okay, I'm understanding. I need to go back to this part again in the discussion section and read this part. Alright, makes sense. So basically, you need to be quirkless. Which is the. So Deku and All Might are fine. I think so. I cannot pass it to a normal person, so you need to find a quirkless person. Oh no, wait. Yeah, there you go. That's the thing. Endangered species. Interesting. Okay, wait a minute. This is All Might? So that means this is All Might, isn't it? That's okay. Maybe not. Maybe, I don't know, when this show ends, we'll get a spin off or a sequel. Oh my god, here we go. Okay, so is that All Might? They're calling him Yagi. Wait a minute. I need to go back to that part and read that part again. Yeah. Didn't see it that way. Yeah. But still, I don't know. Yeah. True. Yeah. N. Hmm. Strong. Ah. Ah, okay. And that is exactly why he needed Shigaraki, who hates the world. Okay, yeah, okay, so Yagi is All Might. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing with Gentle as well. Oh, you can talk. Uh-huh. Hmm. Oh. Yeah. Wait, what the? Ah. Hmm. Yeah, who are they're not showing their faces still. So I'm guessing they're still not brought out. I'll talk about that later, as he said. Hmm. Oh, here we go. Todoroki and group are here. Yo. Hmm. Yeah, I'll wake up. Here we go. Yeah, well, at this point, yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I feel like at this point you have to tell them like everything's out. Yeah, like at least the top few, like these two and the Endeavor. Oh boy, here we go. Press conference. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Well, oh god. Yeah, that was false. We can see. Just look at him. He's here. Yeah. Oh boy. This thing. Oh boy. Well, a lot of people. Now, what would they do now? Yeah, like what? That okay? What the hell is wrong with you? What? That's what they're doing. Like you guys are not. Oh God. Yeah, that's a good. Okay. Have less sufficient space and security. Oh, okay. All right, that's a very good idea. Now, yeah, like you guys are. Oh, damn. Yeah, thank you. Like they're bullying other. Wait, who's that? Oh, it's that mount lady. Is that Kamui? Well, oh yeah, this one. What about this? Oh wait, he woke up. Wait, what is going on? Who? Wait, who sent the letter? Oh, he wrote the letter. Wait, is he like telling everyone? Oh, he's telling everyone. There you go. All right, that's good. Oh boy. Wait, does All Might know this? Hmm. Oh, April. Oh, here we go. Damn. Oh boy. So he's like helping people out on his own. Oh, that's why the mask. All right. Ooh. Now here's the thing. This is one thing I've seen in so many animes, which is one like this thing happens. This whole thing of oh they're trying to gun after me, so I'm going to leave everyone and try to handle everything on my own so that my friends don't get hurt. This is one of the plot points which have been used so much in so many animes, and we're seeing this here in My Hero Academia. One thing that people fail to realize in this type of situation is that, for example, let's talk about this situation. Deku is saying that all like their Shigaraki and all of them, they'll try to get him. That is why his friends will be, like getting hurt, and that's why he doesn't want that. That's why he's going out of his way, getting out of the academia to deal with this situation himself, where no one else will get involved in this mess that is for him to shoulder. That's his logic. But if you think about it, this is a big flaw in it. It is true that they're trying to get Deku, and obviously the people with Deku will get affected if Deku gets attacked. That's true. That is 100% true. However, there's a second part to that, you know. Okay, that's it. It doesn't end there. So Deku's working alone to fight them so that when they try to get him, no one else is affected by it. However, obviously fighting alone means his own power will be diminished tremendously. You know, it'll be easy for the villains to get him. Once they get him, they'll automatically, put their what's it called? Their attention to the academia after that. You know, to his friends. Like, it's just divide and conquer. This is basically when together you're strong. When you go out of your way and just leave the group, obviously you'll get weaker. So what they're going to do is just pick Deku out silently away and then go for the others. While I feel like it would have been so much more better if Deku stayed with his group, and obviously, you know, united, they're strong. You know, there's a lot of people watching each other's back, and do it in that process. I feel like that would have been a lot more difficult for villains to handle because, you know, everyone's together. So instead of, like, obviously if they're together, when Deku is going to get attacked, everyone's going to get involved. That is true. However, they'll be a lot more stronger. Like, you know, but Deku was like, no, you know, like he left. He's like, I'm going to work alone now. He's definitely a lot weaker when a lot of people are not helping him out. Obviously, it makes sense, you know. Like, there's so many heroes in UA High, and so many pro heroes, so many, like, you know, like, of his friends. Each is strong in their own way. So if he's together with them, it'll be a lot difficult for the villains to get to him. And, you know, it's like a strong fortress type of thing. However, if he himself isolates himself alone, they're easily going to get him. And after getting him, will they stop? No. They're going to shift their attention to his friends. So it doesn't matter if he leaves them. Like, you know, it's only a matter of time that his friends are also targeted. Like, that's the thing. I've, like, not only in this show, I've seen so many shows do this, like, you know, this thing of, oh, I'm going to go alone, go solo, just because like, you know, like, I don't want my friends getting affected by my problems, while they go solo. And you know, like, it's I feel like it's counterproductive at the long run, because they're easily able to get them, and obviously after that they'll turn their attention to the others. Like, what else do you think? Like, you know, that after getting Deku, they'll just leave all the other heroes alone? Obviously not. They'll target the others then. That's the thing. So instead of just, like, you know, isolating yourself and becoming a lot weaker, just stay with your friends and be stronger with them. Like, this is the thing. I don't know, like, this is the logic that Deku was talking about. But there's also another thing we should think about here, is that now that he's alone, I feel like they're like, this is like a plus point to this. I'm not only talking about the negative points, I'm also talking about the plus point. The plus point is that since he's alone now, it'll be easy for him to just hide himself, you know, just disappear for a moment, like, just leave. Like, if he's with a group, obviously, like, you know, someone might take the, like, you know, like, the group is like a big group, you know, like, the villains will easily be able to find them. However, since this is Deku working solo, you know, he can, anytime if he realizes that, oh, I'm screwed, he can just run away and just, I don't know, like, hide for a moment. And, like, you know, the villains won't be able to track him down that easier. That's a plus point. That's a plus point to this whole thing. But there's a lot of negative points as well, which I just explained. So that's the thing. I can understand his intentions, but I feel like it's only a matter of time. After they get him, they'll get his friends. So what's the point in leaving them if at the end of the day they'll also be affected? Like, yeah, like all you know, like, all for one's goal is not only getting Deku and getting his power. His first part of the plan is getting Deku and his power. It's not his whole plan. His whole plan is different. He wants to control the world and, I don't know, rule over the world, whatever the hell he's planning. You know, so that's the whole plan. And for that to come to fruition, he needs to get rid of each and every heroes. That's what he needs to do. So it's only a matter of time that after they get Deku, they'll set their sights on the others. So what's the point? You know, I don't know. This is just how I see it. But like I said, there's also a few plus points. For example, like I said, that Deku can just, since he's not in a big group, he can easily, like, you know, hide himself and, like, you know, like, kind of go under the radar, and the villains will not be able to find him. for a temporary amount of time. I don't know, but yeah, that's the plus point. But anyways, enough about that. Okay, this episode we here begin with with Deku talking to the vestiges. And okay, let me see how many people are here. Uh, okay, we see there's like a lot of thrones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Total 8 people, including All Might. All right. So out of these people, we do know a few of them. For example, that guy, the guy who has the black whip, we know him and his power. We know the main person, the All for One's brother. We do know him. We don't exactly know, but his power is a quirk in itself. So yeah, we don't know him as well. We don't know about Nana as well, and also we know about the guy who senses danger. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and if you include All Might, 5. We do know 5 of these people. Out of all of these people, the 5 of them, we know of them. There's 3 of them who we still don't know. 2 of them are not showing their faces at all, kind of looking on the other side. And then there's this one guy who has this like this the dress is like up until here, that guy. So these 3, we still don't know anything about their power. Now, for a moment at the beginning, I did not understand that that was All Might. I was talking about how I was like, wait a minute, shouldn't All Might be here? Even though he's not dead, these are not the people themselves. They're the vestiges of power. So All Might should be here. And they were calling him Yagi. I think that's why I did not realize what. So wait, so yeah, All Might's actual name is Yagi something. I forgot. What is his name? All Might name. Yaginori? No, Toshinori Yagi. There you go. There you go. I was so confused at the beginning. I thought this was some other person. Because, I'm not accustomed to hearing All Might's actual name. That is Yagi. Toshinori. I've heard Toshinori a lot. I've not heard Yagi that much. So I did not really realize at the beginning. I was like, oh, this is like some other person or something. Another one of the wielders or something, I thought. But then as it went on and on, I realized that, oh, this is actually All Might, and they're showing him like that because All Might is still out there, and this is like just a vestige of power in that way. In that way, they're kind of showing that to us. So I understood. At first, I did not understand actually. I thought this was some other person, but that's All Might, and they're calling him Yagi. So yeah, it took me a while to realize that's All Might. So okay, so we see here them talking to Deku, and they're going to talk about the whole situation. Deku cannot talk properly because his face kind of covered, but then he's like, okay, I did talk to them before, kind of, so let me try it again. And he's kind of talking, they're understanding him little by little. And that guy gets up and he says that I'm going to talk to you now. That guy, the danger sensing guy. What's his name? Oh boy. Cannot. Just a minute. 4th wielder. Hikage Shinomori. That's his name. And he can sense danger. And since he can sense danger, he can easily dodge. Yeah. And I love how this guy, what's his name? I forgot his name. The Black Whip guy, he's trying to get him. And he's just dodging. Now, he talks about his cause of death. And he remembered reading in All Might's notebook what was his cause of death, but it was just scratched off, So he's like, let me talk about how I died. So he says that apparently I died of old age at the age of 40. So Deku's like, what? At the age of 40, how did you die for old age? So here he talks about a few things about the negative effects of this work. And he's the first one who realized that, because all the others before him died before old age. They died because of fighting villains, I'm guessing. That's why they did not realize. However, since he died of natural causes, he realized that what's going on, and that what's the problem, and okay, so he says that he spent his days building power to get accustomed to this power, okay, and He said that since I could tell that I didn't stand a chance when I first inherited the power, I thought my turn would be the one to use to build power. And then final years of my life, cracks appeared on my body. I wasn't training enough, or it was from an unknown disease. That's what I thought. But Yagi looked into my medical history and autopsy report and figured out the truth. So there you go. So All Might is the one who realized what's going on, and he did the research and all that. The old age was basically because I had multiple quirks in my one body and was shortening my lifespan. Now, as soon as he said that, I'm like, wait a minute. Does this mean All Might and Deku will also have this problem? And I'm like, okay, please don't start this thing again. Like, there's a few things that I really don't like about, like these type of shonen shows where they bring out like a random plot point of like, oh, you have this power inside of you, so you'll die within, I don't know, like 20 years or something. This is another thing I just hate so much. It causes so much unnecessary drama. Like, I'm here to watch a shonen show. I don't want drama in my shonen show. So that's the thing. If I wanted drama, I would have gone to some other thing. So I just hate this thing. I just hate this thing in like in shonen shows, like these type of unnecessary drama, like life and dread drama. Oh, I'm using this so much times, I'll die. So I'm like, oh god, like please don't bring that stuff again here. Like I can't be bothered. But then I realized like that's not actually what's going on, because Deku and All Might are apparently fine because they don't have any quirks, and that's why they're just inheriting the quirks. So I think that's what he said by the end of it. Let me read this part because this part is a little bit confusing. So Deku's like lifespan. I love how they also give the Japanese subtitles because it's so difficult to understand what Deku's saying. uh, because his like voice is getting muffled, and okay, he says, but wait a minute. All Might had it for longer when the power was much stronger. There you go. Like it's true. So Deku's like, why is he still fine? And yeah, the brother, the all for one's brother, he says that that's what we needed to tell you. It's the same thing that what Yagi noticed about the burden of carrying one for all. All right. The others didn't have one for all for long, and died in man. There you go. Like I said, the people before the fourth, they just died, maybe fighting villains, and they did not have it for much longer. So they did not realize what's going on. But Yagi's the one. Not Yagi. Sorry. Uh, the danger sensing guy. I forgot his name. He's the one who realized it first, and All Might made a research on it and realized what's going on. So I'm the only sample who we have for conversation. Okay, so we thought about what Shinomori had that I didn't. Okay, so Deku realizes and he says like All Might was quirkless. And so is Deku. So he says like, right, the information Yagi, who is still alive, God, was told us through his consciousness inside one for all. Yeah, because they're all in the same body, so they know. And then after I heard what my brother had to say, I was certain there was a talk of people's. Okay, this part I need to understand this part properly. There was a talk of people's consciousness being etched in the quirk factor. Okay, which is what's exactly happening now. Their consciousness is etched into the quirk factor, and that's why they can talk to, they can talk to them. But then, why was Yagi's consciousness here, even though he didn't have a quirk factor? True, he had no quirk. So how is All Might's consciousness here? We always thought that the predecessor's consciousness lived inside one for all. Okay. More precisely, the consciousness of the second through the seventh wielders lived in the quirk factor that was acquired by one for all. Yagi was the only exception. He was the only one who gained a consciousness through one for all. The vessel holding the quirk someone was born with, the vessel holding the quirk someone was born with couldn't fully accept one for all, and it overflowed and walked. Okay, this part I understand. This is what happened to all of them. That's why, like, uh, the danger sensing guy, he also died. Like how there you go. Fourth wielder's lifespan was shortened. Yagi was able to hold. Okay, you can see all the cups just broken. However, All Might's cup is fine. Yagi's was able to hold on to one for all for 40 years because the vessel is empty. One for all fit into it. Okay, so it's basically saying that all of them have a consciousness because they had a quirk. The consciousness fit in, like got etched into the quirk factor, and that is why they're having able to have a conversation with him. However, All Might shouldn't have any at all because he doesn't have a quirk. So why is his consciousness here? Even though it's not complete, why is it still here? He explains the reason why is because all the quirk one for all is the one that is giving him this thing, this consciousness. And that's why he's saying, and that is also why he's saying, like, since his vessel was empty, his quirk did not overflow and break the glass like it happened with all of the other predecessors. He's fine because he had no quirk, it's empty. So his body is only containing one for all, and it is fitting inside of it, not breaking. Similar with Deku as well, because Deku also doesn't have a quirk. And it became his true quirk. There you go. That one became his quirk. One for all became his own quirk, which is what is happening to Deku as well now. Because of some twist of fate, this power that was passed was able to have its true worth drawn out by someone who did not have any power. Interesting, and I think that is also another reason why All Might actually decided to make Deku the successor, because he realized that he doesn't have a quirk and he's like the perfect person to have it. So it'll not also affect him. He won't die. Just like All Might is fine. Okay. Interesting. Deku says, so in other words, now that the predecessor quirks are appearing, I can't pass it on to a normal person anymore. And yeah, there you go. Since all these quirks are he's unlocking them one after the other, he's unlocked 2 or 3 of them already, 3 of them, and multiple quirks are getting inside one's body. He cannot pass it to a normal person anymore. And as we know, people without any quirk, born without any quirk, are extremely rare, very rare. Deku was like 1 in a million. When he was born, he had no quirk, and that is exactly why he got this opportunity to hold this and be fine completely. His vessel did not crack because of the overflowing quirk, because he didn't have any quirk at all. He was like an empty vessel. And so Deku's like, unless and until I find someone similar like that in my generation, I'm the final person who can wield this power, which is true, and it's very rare to get someone who's quirkless nowadays. So yeah, and that's what he says, like, not unless someone who's quirkless appears, he won't be able to pass this on. So Deku will be the final person who has this quirk. An endangered species in your generation. Good God. Okay. Now here, look, watching this and listening to this, I suddenly got a realization. I was like, wait a minute, this is a perfect, like a perfect setup for My Hero Academia when it will end, for it to have a sequel. Like we have the sequel for Naruto, that is Boruto, and so many other shows are also having sequels and stuff. Like when the main story is getting ended, we're getting to see their children or whatever. So I don't know, I feel like this will be a very good opportunity to for like a future of this show where My Hero Academia will end. Obviously, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe Deku will become the greatest hero, and he said it himself in the beginning of the show. I became the greatest hero. So that's going to happen. So after that will happen, maybe they can bring someone up, like a new character completely, who is in no way related to Deku, who is quirkless, and Deku will suddenly find him. I don't know. And then he'll get the quirk, and then we're going to carry the legacy through him or whatever. Like, kind of like how All Might gave it to Deku. Deku will give it to someone else, and that person will become the main character of that show. You know, I don't know, like it's like a potential idea, I guess. But yeah, not now. I'm pretty sure all this show will go on for a few more years. Like My Hero Academia. Anyways, so and Deku's thinking that okay, if you had been not Deku, they're saying if you had been able to intervene more with the wielders, uh, few people might have suffered. They're showing like All right, so Deku realize that he's might be the actual last wielder of this power, and yeah, who knows? Unless and until someone Quarkless appears. Now, while all of this is happening, Nana comes up, and Nana's like, "I have to have a little bit of a conversation with you." So she talks about the whole situation with Shigaraki, and she says that here's the thing. Okay, just a minute. Okay, a few things they kind of talk about here. First of all, the thing they say is that we don't think Shigaraki needs help. That didn't seem like the situation. You did say that Shigaraki seemed like someone who needed help, but this is just him because he has been brought up by all for one like this. He has been brainwashed completely, and he's like this, has this hatred. And they can explain another interesting part of this whole thing. Okay, with his body restrained, my brother probably wanted to take over his physical body and his mind. Okay, there you go. So that he can get one for all. Me and my junior N, all for one, had tried to steal one for all twice so far and failed both times. And he says that, do you know the reason why? Reason is, in order to make one for all surrender, there needs to be a strong feeling, strong emotion that surpasses one for all. Was that not possible? Because there's so many of them inside of them. Their feelings and emotions are way stronger than some random person trying to steal this quirk. Feelings that can't be borne by one person alone. There you go. There are like literally 8 of them within him. So their feelings are way more than someone else who's trying to steal it. So in no way is easy to steal it. And that is why he's using Shigaraki. He's probably trying to use Shigaraki's strong hatred. Okay. Yeah, and that's what he's doing, like he's trying to rival all these people's feelings within Deku. He's trying to, all for one, he's trying to rival that using Shigaraki's massive hatred against the hero society. So he's basically trying to make Shigaraki into a monstrosity of hatred so that that can engulf all the feelings and emotions of the others, inside Deku. So that type of thing he's trying to do. All right. The assumption is that one for all is meant to destroy all for one. It looked like Yagi had accomplished this, but my brother Stanisius said, "Okay, there you go. All these things," he says. And now Nana starts talking again. Nana says like he's my grandson, and she says that I'm sorry to put all of this on top of you, Deku. However, we need to stop him. She also says that my grandson, like a lot of things happened. The whole thing with his father and all, and she says like I myself am heavily responsible for this because I did not choose the correct answer and left my son alone, and this is what's going on now because of that. This is the result. And she says that, but with all of that, there are people who are irredeemable, and I think Shigaraki is one of them, she says. So Nana says that if someone who looks like he's asking to be saved is someone who is irredeemable, do you have the resolve to stop him even if you have to kill him? So yeah, there you go. Basically this. So this is one point that I've been thinking, and I think like this is one thing that Deku also needs to think, that yeah, like he needs help. Everyone knows that. If he got his help before, he probably Shigaraki. I'm talking about Shigaraki. Shigaraki probably wouldn't have ended up like this. Before All for One got his hands on him, Shigaraki probably, if he got someone's help, he could have been fine. So it is true he needs help. It is true that he still needs help. However, that automatically does not mean that he's going to stop, you know, because he's too far gone. And that's what Nana is saying here. Like, he's, like, even if he needs help, if he's irredeemable, it doesn't matter. We help him, he's going to do the same thing again. That's basically what she's trying to say. And she's saying for people who are irredeemable, you need to kill them. Because obviously that's the final thing, like in this type of situation, Shigaraki, who's basically being the whole, like a danger for the whole world, if he's irredeemable, you need to have the resolve to kill him, because you cannot save everyone. If the person who you're trying to save is irredeemable, we need to take a step. Otherwise, all the other people will get affected just because we are trying to save someone. And that's not good. That's counterproductive. We saved one person and and that person kills 1,000 people. Yeah, that's not how this goes. So sometimes, like, that's basically what Nana is saying. Sometimes we need to take that tough decisions, which is, like, kill someone to save thousands. That type of a situation this is. Like, up until the end, obviously we'll try to save everyone, but if that one person becomes a danger for the whole society, obviously we'll need to deal with them. Otherwise the whole society will get affected, and we don't want that. That's what she's saying. And Deku says that he looked like he was in trouble to me. That's not what no, that's what it felt like when Shigaraki's consciousness penetrated one for all. And when Shigaraki felt strongly about his dream, uh, in the depths of hatred, I could see a sense child cry. Okay, this part I'm really not sure about. This part, like, I can understand what Deku was trying to say, but I'm fully what's that word? Like, agreeing to Nana. Like, what Nana said, I'm actually fully agreeing to it. I feel, I don't know, like, there's a 50-50 chance of what Deku's saying coming true. Deku's saying that, nah, he needs help. While Nana's saying, okay, I understand he needs help. But if the person who needs help is irredeemable, it doesn't matter even if we help him. He's just going to do the same thing again because he's irredeemable. So this is the thing. I don't think Deku answered her question here. He just said that no, he needs help. Well, that was not the question that Nana asked. Nana herself said that, yeah, he needs help. I understand that. But what if he's irredeemable? I don't think Deku answered that question. Did he answer that what if Shigaraki is irredeemable? He never answered that. He said that, oh, I can sense. Let me read this part. I could sense a child crying. I fought a lot of people up until now. They did not break. I had to fight them in order to stop them, okay? But I didn't know why they ended up like that, alright? Okay, if I had known, maybe things would have been different. Then they show the whole gentle scene, because that was one of the exceptional fights where something exceptional happened, like an exception it was. We did not have to defeat him, since we got to know him and he got to know us, he surrendered. But I still wouldn't have to fight. I still would have had to fight. There you go. He killed a lot of people and hurt the people I love. But one for all isn't a power meant to kill. It's a power meant to save. That's what I learned from All Might. It's not just me. I think the power cultivated by all of you and All Might has encouraged countless people over the years. Even if the origin is a power meant to destroy, all of you risked your lives and added to it. It's come to have another meaning. And we see All Might crying. It might be that the only way to stop him is to kill him. I don't know what I should do specifically yet, but I want to save that kid. Okay, here's the thing. I don't think Deku answered the question properly. I still don't understand. Nana asked him Like it was a very nice little scene. We see Deku like talking about this whole situation, and there's one thing I agree with him that there's one thing I agree with him what he said. Deku said that, oh, there's has been so many villains, we've been fighting them, we never got to know what they are. If we knew that, maybe we could have a discussion, and we can settle for something else. Maybe we don't have to fight, which is what happened with Gentle. We got to know him, and like in the end, he surrendered. It was not like someone died or something happened. None of that happened. So he's talking about that situation. However, here's the thing. I think Gentle was redeemable. Gentle is not irredeemable at all, and that is why he decided to surrender, because he had someone he loved. That is obviously La Brava. I think that was her name, and La Brava was ready to sacrifice everything for him, which is why by the end of it, Gentle decided to sacrifice himself for La Brava. So that's what happened. That is why he's redeemable. He's not irredeemable, and that is why we were able to stop him like that, not going through the same process of either killing the other person. What about Muscular? I don't think he's redeemable. I doubt that. I don't think Muscular is redeemable. He's irredeemable. That's a stain on the society. Like, not that stain. I'm not talking about that stain. I'm talking about the extra stain on the society. He's a criminal. We know his story, what he did, and all that. He literally killed, what's his name? Kota's parents. I think Kota, that's his name. That just for fun or whatever the hell he was doing. That's the type of person Muscular is. I don't think, even if Deku knew Muscular's story, he could have been stopped, or he could have been talked to. No, he's irredeemable, and this is what Nana's trying to say. I understand what everything I understand what Deku's trying to say. Deku's trying to say that, oh, I saw Shigaraki, and I can understand there's a child crying, all that I understand. But Deku did not answer the question that Nana asked. Nana asked that even if he is asking for help, if he's irredeemable, will you be able to stop him? Deku did not answer that. Deku said that, oh, I think he needs help. He's asking for help. I've fought so many villains. I've seen them, and I know there's if we understand each other, we can stop without any bloodshed. So that was what he said. That was his answer. And then in the end, he concluded the answer by saying, I think all this power, one for all, is to save everyone. You guys kept giving to all this work, kept adding to it, and it has become such a great power, and I think we can save someone with this. That was his answer. He did not answer Nana's question. Am I missing something? This is how I interpret this whole scene. So I still think Deku's ideas are a little bit naive. Obviously I'm not telling Deku to go and kill Shigaraki. I'm not saying that. I understand what Deku's trying to say, and I think Deku should do that. However, he should also have the conviction to stop the villain if he realizes that he is in no way going to listen to me, and he's in no way redeemable. As soon as he realizes that, and as soon as he realizes that Shigaraki is going to be endangering so many people while Deku's trying to help him, Deku should have the resolve to stop him, even if it means killing him. I guess that is what it means to be a hero. That is, you're not afraid to get your hands dirty. That's what a hero is, not everything can go smoothly like this. Like what happened with Gentle, not everything goes like that. Gentle was redeemable, that's why he changed. There's a lot of people who are irredeemable, and that is exactly what Nana was talking about. Even if that person started in a very even if circumstances made him the monster that person is now, still that person, if he's irredeemable, you have to stop him. I'm pretty sure every person, all the villains, when they this is the thing, every person is born good. No one's born bad. It's circumstances and what environment they grow up on that changes them, and that makes them the monster they are now. The monster or the saint they are currently. If you grow up in a very nice environment, have loving parents, have loving people around you, you'll become a lovable person. You'll have kindness for the world, and stuff like that. But if you're brought up by some people who are there are exceptions. Obviously there are definitely exceptions to everything, but I'm just saying the normal majority thing. If you're brought up by people who are very bad, you live in a bad environment, usually 90% of the time what happens is you grow up to be a bad person, like I said, 90%. There are exceptions, however. There are certain exceptions where people, are able to get out of that mess, and even if they're brought up by terrible people, they become good people themselves. That's why I'm saying everything has an exception. So 90% of the chance, your circumstances, your environment make you the person you are, so that's the thing. Everyone's born good. I'm pretty sure Muscular was born good as well. He was a nice little cute kid, probably, but his environment, his family, like, I don't know about his family, his environment, his surroundings made him the monster he is now. His circumstances made him the monster he is now. But does that mean that he's redeemable? No, obviously not. Everyone's born good. That doesn't automatically mean that he's redeemable. Whatever the circumstances has made him, and whatever person he is now, you need to understand and look at the person now and judge him by his values and what he's going to do now, and then judge whether he's redeemable or not. So Shigaraki being a good boy at the beginning, and his family being, what they are now, and him being brainwashed by All For One, doesn't mean that he can be changed. Maybe he's too far gone. Maybe he's not redeemable after all. Obviously, I feel sad for him. I feel sorry for him. It was a very unfortunate situation that made him who he is now. But that doesn't change the fact that he's irredeemable. If he's irredeemable, you need to take care of him. That is what Nana was trying to say, I think, but I don't think Deku answered her question properly at all. I don't know. This is just how I see this scene, and I can understand what Deku's saying. But like I said, I think this type of situation, if you are a hero, you need to be ready to actually stop someone who is irredeemable, and that is what Nana was trying to say here. But I don't know. Yeah. But obviously, I agree with Deku partially. I agree with the fact that obviously he should try to get to him. He should try to kind of help him out. But the place where I'm going to say that, if he tried to help him out, if we see that he's actually redeemable, then I think we need to stop him. So I partially agree with Deku in this whole scene. Obviously, I agree with the fact that this power is given to him so that he can help people out. I 100% agree with it. I also 100% agree with the thing that he said, that everyone, gave so much to this power, and that is also true. I agree with most of the points that Deku said. However, the conclusion is what I disagree with, and I don't think Deku properly said what he's going to do. He just said that, I think we should help him. That's all he said. He did not answer the question at all about the redeemable part, which Nana was trying to focus on. Nana was focusing on that. Nana was saying, if he's irredeemable, will you stop him? I don't think Deku really answered that question at all. He just said that, I think we should help him, but that's not the question she asked. So yeah, I'm still not sure what he's trying to do here, Deku, but I do partially agree with Deku with the whole part of, power should be used to help others. We should at least try to get to them to make them change their mind, because sometimes, like I said, we do get a few people like Gentle who can be redeemed, and for them at least, we should at least try to talk to the person and try to get to the other person, the villain, and make them change their mind. If they don't, and I don't know, here's the thing, we go to a villain and we try to, I don't know, try to, I don't know what you do in this type of situation, but the way we did it with Gentle, where Gentle came to an understanding, we should try that at least, and then if we realize nah, it's not working, he's definitely going to harm other people if we try to do it like this, then we should stop him, obviously. And and I guess that is why people like jails exist. We get the people, we capture them, and we put them in jail, and we see if they change. Obviously they'll get their punishment. That's definitely necessary. And yeah, that's why this happens. We outright don't kill the villains. We try to capture them and take them to the prison. This is why, I guess. So yeah, we basically do that. We grab Shigaraki and put him in jail, and we see what is going on. If you're able to get to him, maybe a little bit of therapy or whatever, because he's still a kid, So yeah, and then by the end of it, if you realize that he's not changing at all, if we let him go and he breaks out of prison, he'll again harm people. That is when we need to we need to make a tough decision. And I think that's how this whole thing should go. Anyways, I've been spending a lot of time about this situation because I wanted to talk about this situation. Like, they can answer this question of answer the question of to Nana in a very vague way, and I feel like we still don't have a proper answer to Nana's question, which was, do you have the resolve to take care of him if he's irredeemable? Deku did not answer that at all. Either way, obviously everyone's moved by this, and All Might is crying, and he's like, the brother is like, oh, I'm so glad you're the one who got this, and then Nana's like, oh, sorry for testing you. Granton is alive, so tell him that I said hi. And here she's crying, and she says that, what is okay, Sorahiko, which is Grantor, we made a mistake in our decision, but we were blessed in our students. So yeah, like I do also agree with the fact that Nana also made a few mistakes. For example, the whole thing with, with her family, just where she just like this is what Nana did. Like here's the thing, I feel like Nana did the same thing that Deku's doing now, didn't she? She decided to distance herself from the family so that the villains don't get to them. Well, look at what happened, and now Deku's doing the same thing. He's trying to distance himself from the family and from his friends. And oh my god, I just realized that. Good lord, Deku's doing the same thing that Nana did. Nana's situation ended in a disaster. I guess it's not the same thing because technically, if you think about it, like Deku's friends are heroes; they can take care of themselves. Unlike Nana's situation, where her family was actually normal civilians. So I guess that's different in that way. But still, they are kind of doing the same thing here. But anyways, yeah, I do kind of agree that Nana that thing that Nana did, leave her family alone completely, was but I guess what could she have even done in this situation? Like imagine just thinking like because she's a hero, obviously people might take her family hostage to get to her. Like that is a big thing. So I can't blame Nana for taking that decision as well. Like like that she just wanted her family's safety, and that's why she distanced herself, which kind of ended up working in a very disastrous way. I think no one is at fault here at this point, with the whole Nana situation. It's just bad luck. And obviously, that guy, like Nana's son, was a prick, and that is why he's the main. I feel like he's the main, culprit here. Like her son, like he decided to abuse his own child because his mom did not left him alone. Like what a piece of crap. Like who does that to your own son just because of a situation like just because he's not happy with heroes because his mom, who is a hero, left him alone. That's why he decided to punish his own children and abuse like Shigaraki because he loved heroes or whatever, and that's messed up, and that's why this happened. So yeah, I feel like the only person who's at fault in that whole situation is probably Nana's son. I don't remember his name, whatever his name was. Yeah, so there you go. Anyways, enough about that. So after that, we see All Might is like outside. He's realizing that they're talking to them because it's flowing inside of him because he's also part of the like one of the wielders. Now, while all of that was happening, Hawks comes in, and Hawks kind of tells All Might that, oh, you know what, want to talk about One for All and the whole thing that happened. And obviously, All Might is shocked because he realized like it's the whole secret is kind of out. So then All Might is like, all right, you know what, let me talk to them because at this point, there's no use to keeping it hidden. Like everything's out almost. So at least let me tell them so that we don't have any confusion. And also we need to have the press conference and all that. So for that as well, these guys at least need to know the truth so that they can help us hide the secret. So he decides to tell Hawks about it, and I'm pretty sure Hawks talked to like Endeavor as well later on. But either way, he talks about the thing to Hawk, takes him to like a corner, and oh, Best Genius was also there. I forgot to mention that. And yeah, now here's the time for the press conference. The press conference is starting. These people are mad, but obviously they say that the people are also trying to think that, oh, please let this all be a lie, because the people also want the heroes to be good people, because they're the hope. They're their hope. So the, the their heroes having people like this is something they don't want to be true. Like this type of situation where you idolize someone very much and suddenly you see some kind of a weird scandal pop up in the newspaper regarding that person, and you're like, oh my god, what the hell is this? I've idolized this person forever, and now this is happening. Please let this all be a lie. That type of thing is going on here, you know. So they're trying, but at the end of the day, everyone's human. Obviously, Endeavor made his mistakes, and he's trying to make amends to it at least. That's the good part, because you cannot change the past, you can't change the future though. So that's what Endeavor's trying to do, and he comes like clean with everything. He's just like, oh yeah, I was at fault. And Hawks and Best Genius also talks about their situation. Best Genius is like, oh, I'm not dead. No, because that thing. So they're like, yeah, like a few things that Darby said is true, few things that he said was a lie. Best Genius being dead is a lie, obviously. That was a trick. And Hawks is like, my whole father's situation, my father being a criminal, that is also true. I ask for your forgiveness that we kept this hidden from you. And Endeavor is obviously the one who apologizes the most. And he's like, yeah. And Hawks also talks about the whole Jun Bubaigara situation where he killed him and all that. He was like, yeah, if he did not stop him, he would have made this even a bigger dangerous situation. Okay, so here this one reporter, she's like, can I ask you something? My mother was seriously injured in Gigantomachia path. Okay, you can't just say it was all true and say sorry. It can't be undone. This is so, like, I can understand her frustration. I can understand why she's so mad. But if you listen to this, conversation, you'll understand she's contradicting herself. She's saying, you cannot say forgive me because this thing cannot be undone. Do you know how many people have lost their homes in the past week? How can you stand there looking so composed? It was the villains who did it, but those expressions don't look like you understand it was through your own mistakes. and if you cried with exhausted faces, would it be undone? And she says like, of course not. Take away society's uneasiness, take care of the villains. And then she's like, wait a minute, am I just contradicting myself? That's what she's doing. She's saying that, oh, what are you guys doing? Whatever that happened, that cannot be undone. And then they're blaming them for something that they have, she's saying it cannot be undone, and then she's also saying that do something about it. That's a whole contradiction. And she realized it by the end. She's like, wait a minute, what am I even saying? And that's when she stopped completely. And there's also another contradiction that they're doing. They're trying to cancel, I'm going to use modern lingo here. They're trying to cancel the heroes, but at the same time, they want the heroes to do something about it. Like, if you cancel the heroes cannot do something. So, good lord, this is a mess. And she herself, she's like, oh, do something. And then she's like, wait a minute, okay, they are trying to do something, but we are actually the ones who are trying to cancel them. So if we want them to do something, we should actually not cancel them. Like that type of thing. There's so many contradictions in this whole conversation. She herself realized it, and she just stopped. Just completely stopped her and she's like, and just stops talking. And Endeavor says like, yeah, it's exactly what you say. I agree. That is what Endeavor can do to atone. So yeah, there you go. She's saying whatever you've done, you cannot undone it, but do something about it. And then she realized that, oh, obviously it cannot be undone, so he cannot do something now for that. So what he can do now is atone for it. And that's exactly what he's trying to do, but we're trying to stop them from doing it by canceling them. So they're trying to help, but we're just trying to stop them from helping us, and then complaining that, oh, you're not helping. That type of situation is happening here. And I think this lady understood that. As she was saying that, she understood what the hell is going on, and she understood the contradiction of their actions and as to what's happening. Like that was such a good scene. I love that scene so much. That realization in that lady's face when she was screaming, and then she realized like, oh my god, what the hell am I even saying? And then end of her following that up with, yeah, I understand exactly what you're trying to say, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. If you guys would kindly let us do that. There you go. Here's the thing. Obviously, everyone went through so many losses. It's understandable. But don't let the problem that these few heroes, like like the whole scandal situation, affect the other heroes. So they talk about that thing as well, like where they say, now that the whole situation is difficult, like this happened, Destiny said that it will be difficult to protect everyone. Therefore, we will reduce the area we need to protect. After consulting with the government, starting today with the UA High School, schools with hero courses which have sufficient space and security will be designated shelters, which is one of the best decisions I've ever heard, because the heroes are already there. That's like one of the best security place. Heroes are there, everyone's there. So if you bring most civilians over in there, a lot of space will be empty where we need not protect them. Like that's what Best Genius is saying. We need to reduce the space where we need to protect. We cannot be spread around everywhere. It's going to like because we don't have enough people now and all that. So one of the best decisions is that making the school themselves as designated shelters. And they said that we are already bringing in the parents, families of the students are already being evacuated. And we see, like Deku's mom and Bakugo's mom. And then another reporter is, how can we accept being evacuated indefinitely without knowing the future? And again, like, we don't know the future. What can we even do in this situation? And yeah, Endeavor says it is in order to see the future that we're doing this. Exactly. Like, I love how they completely just I don't know, broke down all the contradiction that these people are bringing one on top of the other without even understanding the situation. They like the heroes completely just made the people understand, the reporters understand that what you're speaking is complete nonsense. Just stop, sit down, think what you're trying to say, and you'll understand the contradictions you're spewing. Just understand the contradictions you're trying to say here. We are trying to help, and you're saying that we are not helping you, and then you yourselves are not letting us help you. So what the hell are we supposed to do? You're contradicting yourself. Sit down, calm down, look at the situation, because the past cannot be undone. We can do something for the future. That's what we are trying to do, if you guys let us do that. If you don't cooperate, obviously we cannot help you. So you cannot complain that we are not helping you, because we are trying to do that. But that type of thing, like this is what's going on. I wish you to direct your blame and this is another important part of this conference, where Endeavor says, all your blame, put it on me. Do not put my the stuff that I did wrong, my whole scandal. Don't put that blame on all the other heroes. They are innocent. They're just trying to help you, and you're bullying them. What's the point? And then you're complaining that heroes are not helping you. You're just bullying them into leaving, and then you're complaining. So all this grief, all the all the blame, put it on me, because it's my fault. It's not their fault. Let them help you. They're normal heroes. They haven't made any scandals. I'm the one who made the scandal here. So direct your blame, direct everything on me and me alone, not on the hero society. There you go. That's another important point of this whole thing. And I like how Endeavor just spelled it out for them. Like, stop doing this to the other heroes. They are not at fault. And Endeavor says that everyone look at me. And we can see the other heroes who were, that washing machine hero. He was getting hit by stones. Like what the hell? And they're thankful. They're like, thank God, at least now I hope that people will stop attacking us for helping them out. Because Endeavor made it completely clear, do not put the blame on other heroes. Put it on me. Heroes are being sifted out. If heroes were defined as those whom people called for, then heroes disappeared that day. Even so, there were those who were standing up. Okay, so that was that. And we see a little bit of Darby, who's still planning to do something. And then we get to see Midoriya has wrote a letter, and with the whole letter thing I kind of talked about in the beginning of the discussion, where I said that I feel like it's a wrong decision for Deku to take. There is a few good points about it, but majority is wrong, because I think obviously Deku is trying to protect his friends, but while trying to do that, he's isolating himself, which will make it easier for the villains to get to him. And then what? After they take out Deku, they're just going to direct their eyes to his friends. Either way, it's a matter of time that his friends get hurt, his friends and family. So that's why I said that maybe it's a better idea for Deku to stay with them and be stronger. United, they're strong. If Deku isolates himself, he'll be a lot weaker. So that is just my opinion. I think that's how it should have gone, but I guess Deku has made this decision. And then obviously, and I like I said as well, like there is also a few good things about this decision. That is, it'll be easier for Deku to work solo and be more discreet. Like if they're in a big group, the villains can easily track him down. They're not in a big group. Deku can be more discreet. That's a positive point of this, I can see. However, I still think at the long run this will be counterproductive, because they'll just take Deku out, then take his friends out. So either way, it's a matter of time that his friends and family get hurt, which is something that he did not want, and that is exactly why he decided to isolate himself. So at the end of the day, it becomes counterproductive. I don't know, it's just what I think. But anyways, Deku decided to leave, and Uraraka's like, oh, you dummy, or something like that. She said, you idiot. And then we get a little bit of a glimpse of Deku putting on the mask, and I'm guessing he's trying to help people out in his own way, kind of acting in a solo manner, like a lone wolf type of thing he's trying to do. And let's see what happens after this. Anyways, this was a good episode, and yeah, we got a lot of answers, and like a lot of things happened. So that is it. Thank you for watching, guys. This was my reaction to episode number 18 of My Hero Academia season 6. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of My Hero Academia. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.